Alright, we're live, let's go.
Okay, guys, this is going to be, as the title says, it's not Deathly Hallows Part 2, it's actually Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for the Game Boy Color. Okay? I'm going to wait for whoever is in charge to update the text because it still...
I will soon, no worries.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, for the ones that doesn't know about this game, this is an RPG made by who made it? I don't remember.
Oh crap, it starts with a G.
So this is kinda...
It's like Grip Light games.
Yeah. So this is about leveling up, finding equipment, items, enemies, and stuff like that. It's actually pretty fun, and I really recommend playing it, both this one and the first one for the Game Boy Color. Okay. So
this is also the last game made for the Game Boy Color as well.
Exactly, and it's really nice.
Especially for a Game Boy Color game.
Okay, so I guess I'm ready. Should I start the game now?
And I don't see the problem.
Okay.
Just gonna go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah. I think Alright guys, so Legna's gonna take over the game and I'm gonna do a lot of the commentary today. My name is SMP and I've done a ton of stuff on this game. Most of the routing and everything for this game was made by me starting 4 years ago. So Legna is currently the world record holder with a time of 1 hour and 15 minutes and like 41 seconds I think. But in general, so how this game's gonna work, we're gonna start by going and grabbing all of the stuff we're gonna need for school. And when we go to the wizard card pickup, we're gonna be getting the Morgan Le Fay deck. The Morgan Le Fay deck gives us the one card combo that that we need for completing the game.
Weak point is how it's called.
Yeah. This is the only one... Well, technically we could get it with the Merlin deck, but we can't get the cards necessary to get the weak point card combo to actually start.
I didn't got the skip. Oh, my sad.
Okay, this was the first skip that was actually was going to be done. It's this burrow skip, and this skips this 15-minute cutscene, or 15-second cutscene.
Yeah.
But it's
almost.
it's pixel perfect, so... Or almost pixel perfect, so he...
By the way, the information is wrong. On the layout it says the information from the previous game, so we are sorry about that. It's going to get sorted soon. Yeah, there is a lot of people about other community on the chat already.
Yeah. I think you should have picked up the other pepper up for safety.
No, I don't really need 2 pepper ups.
There you go.
Because I'm going to EAS after the...
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, we'll explain that in a minute. We don't need to talk all about that yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, normally, we would pick up a pepper... Well, I do pick up a pepper up in the living room, which is in the bottom left-hand corner at the bookcase. And then we pick up the one in Ron's room that's apparently in his laundry. And then we talk to Ron, which gives us a cutscene and skips us to the next day. And then we get to go help him out in the garden. Because, why not?
It's where the first minigame starts, actually. The throwing gnomes minigame. There we go. Now the layout is sorted. The estimate is 1 hour and 25 minutes. It's not 1 hour and 50.
Yeah, well, this game will be beaten way earlier than that, but regardless. So this is the first mini game of the game. This is just picking up gnomes. It's a 30-second mini game of just really picking up gnomes. The whole fun is to try to get the one before Ron gets it.
Exactly. If you get 0 with Ron, the run is going to be 100% guaranteed world record.
That's what the community says. It's not really always true. Except in world record, I think he got 3. So...
No, I checked the estimate. It says 125, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's no big deal, regardless. Okay, this is the second mini game. This is the first major RNG in this game. That isn't, random encounter spawning, which we haven't actually seen yet, have we?
Exactly.
So, but this is the first major RNG in the game, and it's basically whether or not Ron throws the gnome over the fence or not.
Exactly.
Your mouse is on screen, dude.
Yeah, sorry. I forgot to change some keys for the.
Yeah. Well, so far Ron's been giving you good RNG.
I'm good now. Sorry
It's
about
just-
that. Oh my god,
well,
Ron!
dude, quit with your mouse. I can see it all over screen. Anyway,
it's done, it's done.
so that's actually pretty good RNG just based upon him not throwing over the fence, because him throwing over the fence is way longer than that.
Mm-hmm.
In general, though, in terms of everything, that actually lost about 1.5 seconds compared to him just throwing it at the fence.
Yeah.
So after we get out of the minigame, Mr. Weasley gives us a spell called Informus and gives us the Folio Bruti. For this run, these are completely useless, but Informus, it allows us to... it scans an opponent, or an enemy, and then it tells us to... it tells us its weaknesses and everything. But it's kind of pointless in this because we barely fight anything.
Exactly.
So following the main... Oh, you go take that one over.
No, keep talking, sorry.
Well, this is just the main storyline part. We take the flu powder and we apparently can't say Diagon Alley because we cough or something, so we go to Nocturne Alley. And in Nocturne Alley we're going to pick up one item. We're going to go to the store next door and grab a revive potion. It's going to be necessary for the next fight, almost guaranteed. And if not, it'll be used in the fight afterwards. And this is going to be for the next skip of the game, potentially. And see if you get that. Should get it.
Yes!
Yep. That's Haggard Skip. You pause on the trigger to enter his cutscene, and if you get it right, it saves 10 to 12 seconds.
Oof. I mean, it's just 5-6 seconds saved, so yeah. I lost 28 seconds because I didn't got the first skip. 27, actually. Oh my god, that's
Alright,
awful.
so this is the first... Okay, so this is the first thing we're going to be doing in Diagon Alley. Oh wow, this is actually really good. So, we're going to be leveling up one level in Diagon Alley to go fight the boss in Gringotts. There are 3 enemies in Diagon Alley that you can fight. There is a rat, a bat, and a gnome. And this is the best case scenario, because we only need 13 experience to level up. The rat has 15 health, and unfortunately for Legna, the damage ranges are 14, 15, and 16 by both characters at level 1. So it was a 1 in 3 chance not to kill.
I mean,
and the gnome has...
that was actually a really good RNG because there is more likely like 80% or something like that to not level up after the first battle. And
I wouldn't say that, but
I don't
anyway,
know the chances, but yeah, it's pretty high.
Well, because there's a lot of different combinations for the thing. All right, well here we're gonna grab an antidote. But all right, let me finish elaborating on Diagon Alley real quick.
Yeah.
And then the gnome has 25 HP, and the ranges for Ron and Harry, I'm pretty sure, are the exact same at 13 through 15. No, Ron is 13 through 15, and Harry is 14 through 16. And then there's a bat, which we didn't see, which is actually really good. Alright, so this is the first... you take this one over, I guess, and I'll talk about the information.
I was going to mention, I made a save state before the battle, because if I get RNG and I die, like, really badly, I might just quick load, so I don't waste time. But so far so good, because I still have the revive and the footman is half the HP. You can continue now, SMP.
Okay. So this is a footman fight. The footman has 100 health and gets 80 experience after the fight is over. It's a guaranteed level up after this. We cast Verdimilius to kill the boss, which takes 6 spell points to cast. for Ron, it is a 10 through 12 roll, and Harry is a 12 through 14 roll. As you can tell, we got a critical, and a critical saves over a turn depending on who gets the crit. And so this was an amazing Footman fight.
It's a 6 seconds golf.
That's an amazing Footman fight. Normally, you get completely just steamrolled in this fight. The Footman has two different attacks. He has a normal attack and a stun. Fortunately, we did not see the stun. A stun guaranteed kills either one of the characters. 100%. Like, it is a guaranteed kill. And it stuns you if they don't die. It stuns you for a turn. And that can be catastrophic depending on who it hits.
Exactly. Because for that fight, we actually need Harry to survive and get experience. Otherwise, it's bad. It's actually.
We need Harry to survive, period.
Yeah.
We don't really care about Ron, honestly.
Exactly.
So, the only bad thing is that if he dies, then we have to heal him at the potions place here before we go to Whomping Willow, though.
And that's a waste of time, of course.
Yeah.
Also, he doesn't get experience.
Yeah.
I don't think that doesn't really matters.
Well, yeah, it kind of does. Because it changes his range by 1 at Whomping Willow, which can be the difference between getting a kill and not getting a kill. When we exit Gringotts, we pick up more money in the lobby because we had to buy stuff at Hogwarts. And we picked up the weak point card combo next to the bookstore before we entered. The chances of getting certain amounts of money is random, but the RNG is... It's not really that bad, but it's anywhere between 100 and 199 sickles. And I don't think any amount actually matters that we don't get at all. I'm pretty sure we have enough to buy everything we need throughout the run. So, as long as we don't get completely... No, I'm pretty sure we get all of it. Yeah, we get all of it, so there's no problem with that. And then we can get enough more to go buy the next set of stuff we need in the end game.
Okay.
So this next part is just following the storyline as well.
Yeah.
With another minigame.
Now, yeah, exactly. Now is one of the one minigame that is a car minigame thing. Basically, it's a really long minigame where, in terms of a speedrun, you don't really have to do anything. Just wait for the minigame to end. But just for the lols, we're going to try to get at least 4,000 points.
It's a 2-minute auto-scroller.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Let's see if he can beat the task score.
Nah, that's not going to happen. I want to
task
beat my...
score is 4505.
Okay. I see the... my game
So
is
how
not...
the
Okay, yeah, sorry.
So how the RNG in this game works, it is... Especially for this minigame, you're going to be noticing that there's all sorts of, different patterns and everything. RNG is actually slightly more predictable in this game than a lot of others because there's only 256 different combinations you can get, which is actually very important for a lot of things because you can get the same outcome even though you go in at different times over different periods of time. There is a tool-assisted speedrun made for this game. I helped on the project, and it was a pretty insane run overall. This minigame was optimized for the next fight, which was pretty funny to me, because I think there was a total time spent of I think like 6 or 7 hours optimizing this minigame just to get a good fight for the next one.
Yeah, exactly. Only 256. I mean, at least it's not unlimited. There is like setup combinations. If you get the same RNG seed, you are going to have the exactly same battle over and over and over again.
Yeah, unless you change what you do during the fight.
Oh yeah, exactly. We are also almost at 4,000. Almost.
You'll get it. Well, not if you don't do that. You got it. Just get the coin.
Done.
There you go. You broke 4,000. You didn't beat the task time, dude. You didn't do the task score. The task score can't be beaten.
I know.
RTA8's been beaten.
Only a task can beat another task.
Not true. I beat the task score on that, but that was only to manipulate RNG.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Because if we collected the coin, then this fight would have been worse.
Okay.
Alright, so this is the Whomping Willow. The Whomping Willow has 105 health, gives 80 experience. Wow.
Okay, awesome
So,
beginning.
So I only know the damage ranges against Harry because he's really the only one we care about. For Harry, he can do anywhere between 30 and 33 damage. And so he can die in 2 hits. But if he keeps aggroing Ron, then it's really no big deal.
I mean, I still have the revive, so it's okay if Ron dies. I can just revive him or not really.
So if he just attacks Harry here, we're all good.
Ooh, nice.
Where did
Okay,
that happen?
we are good. This could kill, right?
No, Ron won't kill it.
Oh, fuck. Okay, whatever.
Well, Ron could have killed it, I think. Yeah. Alright, so... Oh, I didn't go over damage ranges for this, but...
SMP, do you know something?
I was mesmerized about that critical.
Do you want to know something?
What?
I'm ahead of my PB. Of my
Nice.
1:15:21.
21, that's what it was.
Without getting
So-
the first skip.
So... Alright, so we're on pretty crazy pace, but regardless... that fight was pretty insane again. Now, fortunately, because there's a new little thing that comes up that Ron can do, which is one of the reasons why he's the most hated character in this game. Because, if everybody remembers correctly, in the storyline, he snaps his wand when we land in the Whomping Willow. And I don't know the exact chances of it happening. I don't even want to try to predict it. But, because we didn't have it happen in the task at all during any practice, actually. So, but when he can backfire, and backfiring does his current health divided by 4 floored back to him. So if he has 76 health, then it does 24 to him. If he has 77 health, it does 24 damage to him. It's kind of, you know.
I mean, I
Wait,
think
no, 76 divided by 4 is... Oh my god, I can't even divide. Whatever.
I think the biggest
He has
deal
96
about
health.
getting backfire is the fact that we lose a lot of time because the backfire animation is slow as fuck. You don't get to
Yeah.
attack, you don't get to attack, and you also get damage back. So
Try
it's
to
like,
keep the PG language, I think.
oh yeah, I'm sorry. PG
But,
3, I guess.
Yeah. Are you gonna, oh, you're gonna buy now? Okay.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't know if you were gonna buy after this or not. Okay. So, this is our first buying of the game. We buy 2 things for equipment. We buy the oven mitts and we buy a skull cap. Those are going to be used to give us spell power for later and defense for later as well. It makes things a lot easier for herbology.
Mhm.
You were trying to get the slide across the painting, weren't you?
Yeah, I got a pretty good movement there because I hit the painting just at the very border.
Yeah.
I'm going to save time again compared with my PB. Yeah,
Nice.
I say 1 second.
So, nice. So, what could have happened there is, I don't think it's quite frame perfect. It's like 2 frames. You can hold left when you're talking to the painting, and when Harry and Ron separate, Harry can go all the way to the left side of the painting, so they're on opposite sides of the painting.
Is that faster actually?
No, it
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
do anything.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's just aesthetically appeasing. So,
Sorry. There we go.
alright, so we're going to be going to herbology. We take a shortcut from the 6th floor to the dungeon. And the dungeon's bad in this game because encounters can spawn, and as you saw there, we have a trick that we can do where we pause right in front of them, and that causes them to go away. You can do select or start, but start is more consistent, and easier and faster to press than select, because you can still press start while slowly decelerating after letting go of a direction, and with select you have to completely stop.
Okay, do you want to explain about this battle now?
Okay, so Herbology, you have 4 fights you're going to be doing. There's going to be 3 mandrakes, as you saw, that fled into the back. And then there's going to be a turtle that we're going to be fighting for some reason. I don't understand why there's a turtle in the back, but anyway. So, mandrakes, they have 80 health, and they do some pretty good damage to you, but with the skull cap and the oven mitts, we actually take way less damage than we would at this level. And we do, our damage range is up by 2 on this. We do 17 to 19 damage with Vermilius here. And they do, I don't remember what the damage range for them is. It's like 18 to 20. You need to heal. Why didn't you heal? Why didn't you heal? Oh my god. Why are you going all risky like that, dude?
I don't know! Because I don't believe I'm dying on this fight.
Anyway, so this fight you can get a drop. You can get a Wig and Will Grand. I haven't been talking about potions all game. Wig and Will Grands are really important because we can. You save during the fight. You might just get the same. You'll get the same RNG.
If I die, I will just heal before dying again.
Okay.
I forgot to save. It's not something I do during runs.
Well, healing will just change the RNG, so...
Yeah, exactly.
That'll be good. You're gonna have to heal after this fight regardless. So we always level after the first Mandrake, which is nice. Ooh, that was nice to not get a crit.
Yeah.
So... No, we don't level up after this one, so we're gonna have to heal health and magic after this one. And this fight takes me back to HP1, because this reminds me of the very first fight in the game. The damage rolls for this fight. Yeah, don't cast Vermilius, that's bad.
I know, it's not Keep going, sorry.
So this enemy has 80 health as well, just like all the mandrakes. And we cast Vermilius here. Our damage ranges are 19 to 21. So we need to see... We want to see 21 at least once and only see a 19 once. As you just saw here. We've seen a 19, 20, and 21. And we need a 20 or 21 roll to kill it here, otherwise we have to heal our magic. So what does this set to say for us today? We got a 21, so it's a 4-turn kill, thankfully.
Nice.
We level up here too. It gives 50 experience instead of 32 like all the mandrakes do. And it also can drop a Wig and Will Grand. You almost cast Vermilius.
Oh, sorry.
So here, we don't mind taking damage because the next fight we actually have, we want to try to die with Harry, but it's not completely necessary.
Sorry about being distracted, my auto-split got stuck, so it's like all my times are messed up right now.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm actually low on health. Okay, 40.
That's actually not bad.
Yeah. There we go.
So you'll notice that this game is a whole lot of walking. This game is mainly walking, dialogue, and very little fighting compared to what it used to be. This route has changed so significantly in 4 years. Because we used to grind, or, well, I was the one that ran this until, like, what, a year ago?
Yeah.
So, this game, you used to grind, like, all the way to level 20. You could have talked to her a little more to the left and still gotten the same.
I was checking at the auto-splitter. I need to split manually from now on. This is annoying.
Don't worry about that. Dude, don't worry about the splitting, Jesus. If you get a PB, you get a PB, and you can retime it later. Anyway, but back when I first started running this game, we grinded the level 22 before we went and fought Aragog because we needed to take 3 hits. But it's because we actually, like, destroyed the fight instead of, you know, doing the cheese that we do now. So now we just go in there just enough to take one hit and just hope we don't take any more.
The thing is, I need to
So
see the... Oh, okay, continue, sorry.
No, you keep talking, you're already talking.
I need to see the split for know what to pick the shortcut.
Oh my gosh, I can just tell you when you need to take them if you need that bad.
I'm so sad.
You should know this stuff by heart, dude.
Yes, I know.
Oh my god. Dude, it's 7 o'clock, it's almost 8 o'clock here and I can still tell you everything.
Okay, I'm going to set up a key for split. Settings. I have a split on... I can't even see the controls. Awesome.
Oh, don't worry about it, dude. Just go. Alright, so we go to, after Abolish, we go to Defense Against the Dark Arts. And all we're going to be doing here is sitting in this minigame for 35 seconds. Because there's really no point in this minigame. You'll also notice that we don't actually capture the pixies. Because casting the spell in there causes lag.
Yeah, the game runs slower if you do that, actually.
Yeah, it slows down. You get 3 lag frames every time you cast the spell in there. Like, if you just press A, it's 3 lag frames. Which can be beneficial and detrimental depending on, you know, whether or not you actually can determine your RNG value. But you kind of can't predict it in RTA.
Fun minigame, yeah, I really enjoy it.
Oh, you're gonna talk to Katie now?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I get that too. Alright, so here, after we go to, Defense Against the Dark Arts, we're gonna go to the hospital wing and talk to Katie. She's gonna want her, storybook back, so that way we can get a spell later on in the game. That's actually very important, even though we only use it for 1 fight in the entire game. So... it's important for 1 fight, which I found hilarious, but it was routed in, I think, what, over a year, just over a year ago? Because I found it faster than just using Ratnip. Because I had to have Ron faster, all for that reason. And I lost like 6 runs to just using Ratnip because I was really bad at EAS.
Here we go.
Oh, and this is the first of 3 Quidditches. It's actually a really good start to our first Quidditch.
Why is it not skipping? Oh my god. Okay.
So, for this minigame, there are very little variations that you can have for the, where the snitch starts. Generally it starts in the top left-hand corner and can go either directly right, down right, or straight down. On occasion it'll be spawning a little further down. And depending on where it spawns, it has a set number of ways it can go. So you really want it to start going straight down. And then that way you can kind of run into it and grab it as soon as possible. So, after Quidditch, as the story tells us, we get Ron backfiring to be throwing up slugs. So we get to go to Hagrid, and we're gonna have to go get some ingredients from his garden. Because, you know, we're only like a 12-year-old kid, and we have to go do that by ourselves.
Exactly. No, I don't really like the one on Harry Potter one.
No, he's talking about GBA. GBA wasn't bad. But it's been a while since I played that as well. This one's a lot better than HP1 though, GBC. Because at least the whole spread doesn't count towards being clunky. So we're gonna be picking up we're gonna be picking up 5 ingredients in here. One of them we had to get through a fight. The other 4 we get through just picking them up out of these little holes in the wall. So this fight is absolutely insane. This is probably the hardest fight. Oh wow. Oh my gosh. Dude, PS1 Hagrid is the best. PS1 Hagrid is the absolute best character model I've ever seen.
Am I here?
Are you gonna do enemy attack skip on this run? Oh, we don't have pepper ups.
I don't have any Pepera? Wow.
No.
Okay, I need Hermione to die or Harry to die. It's okay.
Harry cast
maybe I can-
Familius.
Yeah, I think I can actually.
You can
deal with
salvage this.
Yeah. If
Attack Harry,
Hermione
kill
can
him.
die now, it's better. Well,
Yeah, that's fine.
done.
Alright, so that fight was pretty
It's
crazy.
scary. Yeah.
Okay, I think... Anyway, so that fight, that's the Venomous Tentacular. It has 175 health. And
Oh!
this is our first unnecessary encounter of the run.
Yep.
Nice.
My bad.
You only had 2 in world record, right?
Yeah. This is the first
Okay.
one.
So Venomous Tentacular is a really insane fight, especially for being level... I think we're level 6 right now.
Mm-hmm.
So... No, we're level 7. So that fight is kind of ridiculous. We have... the damage ranges on these characters at this point in time are so ridiculous. Hermione is a 2-hit KO most of the time. Because she has one of the worst defenses I think I've ever seen for an RPG character ever made. And, because the damage range I think is 44 to 47 on her, and she has 90 health. So, yeah. And for Harry, with the stuff on, I think it's 37 to 40. And we got lucky when we went in there and only took 39.
Yeah.
But the guy can attack, or he can stun you, and the stun is one of the worst stuns in the whole game.
Because
it
it's
can
like
stun you
3
from-
turns, right?
Anywhere between 1 and 3. And even after the turn you get out of stun, you still can't attack, so it's technically between 2 and 4. And we cast Incendio there because it's extremely strong.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the only time we use Incendio in the entire run, isn't it? Yeah. So we get the spell, and we use it for one fight, and then we never use it again.
Nice placement. Look at that.
That is a fantastic placement. Oh, and that fight always drops an anti-paralysis potion, which is actually could be useful, but technically we don't need it because we can just use EAS.
Yeah.
Oh, we have not explained EAS. So EAS is a trick known as enemy attack skip, and it was something discovered by me in this game about 2 years ago. It's used in HP2 GBC like all the time, but
Can you explain this?
we
skip
don't.
now?
Oh, this is Nick skip. This is, I think, this is the second hardest skip in the game because of how pixel perfect it is. It is extremely perfect. Like, when you go down that staircase, you have to edge yourself slightly to the right. You can't go any further than that, otherwise you will not hit it.
And it's really slow, right? There is a lot of dialogue
It's
in that one.
Yeah, it's like a 15 to 20 second dialogue. And that's not including Nick coming up to the stairs and going away from the stairs. And the camera pan as well. And we go to Quidditch too. That is one of the only skips in the game that doesn't cause a it really wouldn't be a soft lock technically, but it's the only thing that has like it's kind of a sequence break, but not really, because we don't talk to Nick. So Harry's like, "Oh, we should go to the Death Day party," when we weren't even told to go there.
Yeah, exactly. Tell me like 1 minute before time comes up. By the way, 1 minute? Okay.
No, that was really bad placement, dude.
Yeah, I was checking the chat, sorry.
That's fine. But Quidditch 2 went pretty decent. It was about an average Quidditch 2.
Yeah.
We'll just have to see what your Quidditch 3 holds.
Yeah, Quidditch 3 I think is like one of the most important ones.
I think your Quidditch 3 was probably one of the worst.
Yeah, my Quidditch 3 on my PB was insane.
So, here we are at the Death Day party, and we get to go to my absolute least favorite minigame from both of HPs and GBC. I can't stand this minigame, bowling. It is so ridiculous because there is absolutely no way you can really control the ball.
Hmm.
I mean, this game is it's RNG within RNG, in my opinion.
Well,
That's pretty good placement.
it was a good placement, but I didn't kneel it on the first.
Well, that's the closest you can talk to him. You can't, like, this sprite, you have to be, like, in his body in order to get a dialogue to start. So, alright, here we go. Wait, you go all the way over to the left? Okay.
What? There were 1,000 balls on that one. Oh my god.
That was pretty good. So, so the whole objective for this is to get as many strikes as possible.
Yeah.
And never, ever get... You don't want to get a strike on the 10th frame. If anybody knows the rules of bowling, if you get a strike or spare on the 10th frame, you have to throw another ball or two. So... But we're getting pretty bad luck here. Only hitting 9 pins.
I didn't expect that.
Oh, we almost did it. You can easily throw strikes. If you know how to control it properly. You have to get... Like... It's not really framed. Well, I guess it kind of is. You have to... Oh! You have to be able to get the throw at the exact right angle every time. If the ball goes way off like that, you have to compensate for it. Oh, there we go. Barely.
Oh! No, it doesn't really count as a strike because it was really slow.
And it's faster than throwing the ball twice. Barely. You're not gonna get it again.
Yeah, this minigame, in order to save time, you need to be really good. Like, get all the strikes as you can.
It's not really being good, it's also being lucky. You also have to know when to turn the ball.
Yeah.
So, but also it depends. This is an insane minigame. It even annoys me, and I don't really get annoyed very often with this game.
Okay, this is a really slow bowling, actually.
So I don't understand why you went all the way to the left.
It doesn't really matter, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, that was a pretty good ending, at least. You didn't hit any pins other than that one.
Are you going to explain this now?
Okay. So here we go. This is a skip recently found.
Oh, well, whatever.
You didn't do the equipment thing.
Yeah, because I pressed B and then A by mistake. I don't know what I was.
You'd have to press A, B, and start.
I know.
Okay, so the skip he was trying to do is called Voices Skip, and what you do is you press start on the trigger, on the trigger for the cutscene, and you have to press A, B, and start all within like half a second in order to get it to go. And if you start the skip, get into the equipment menu, but don't leave the start menu fast enough, you soft lock the game.
Yeah.
And if you get it, then you don't have to see all this dialogue. It saves 12 seconds if you get it.
Yeah. Well.
The problem, though, is if you do get it, you can have encounters spawn in the dungeon, which completely nullify your time save.
If you get one bad encounter, it's already slower than just getting the escape.
So it depends on how fast you escape it. If you escape it first try, I think the thing only saves 5 or 6 seconds.
I mean, I'm really not that bad. I'm 20 seconds slower than my PB.
He's really bad.
I'm 20 seconds slower than my 1:15:21.
He's really bad.
Dude, I didn't even got the first skip. What? You have to be
He's
kidding me.
he's only 3 minutes faster than my time, but he's still bad. But anyway, so after all that, we're going to be going to History of Magic. And remember, no shortcuts here, since you can't tell your splits unless you've been splitting properly.
Yeah, I have been. Every time you see the save file thumbnail on the game, it's because I'm splitted. That's why you sometimes see it popping up.
Yeah. So History of Magic is pretty boring class overall. We get a book, and then we get a wizard card that we need for the end of the game. That's pretty much it, and a bunch of walking. Like I told you, this game is a bunch of walking.
Yep.
It used to be a lot more fighting, but you know.
I hate when I
You're
don't
wel-
think it's going to split, it actually splits. So I had to undo the split. That's annoying.
So there's there actually used to be another thing I used to do in this game where I'd get a thing called a dragon skin cloak, and it's a 2-minute side quest to get something that gives you 50 defense, and it gives you 3 agility and 20 spell defense, but the spell defense doesn't really matter because I don't think there's a fight that we would use it for. Nice!
Yeah, but I got an encounter,
So that's...
so whatever. Oh.
Well, yeah, you got an encounter, but that was I think that's a 2-frame window to get what he just had happen. Normally you're supposed to stand in front of that bookshelf and get the book by pressing A, but if you press A and are holding any direction, you can be going that direction before you actually grab the book.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually got it early enough to where he made the furthest advancement that you possibly could.
Oh, nice. I didn't thought it was that good.
Yeah, that was that good. It was task level.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was basically frame perfect considering it was a task movement.
I need to split again. Okay.
So we go to the whole, Ben's, falls asleep again, and we get to leave and go do the inspection of the wall. I would prefer if you did the wall.
Nice.
That's really bad placement, actually.
Bad? Why?
Because Harry has to go slightly out, and see, he has to go slightly out and then walk into the thing. You want to be more towards the middle of the wall. Decent.
Yeah, decent.
How far is Hermione apart from you? It's okay placement.
Yeah.
You have to go slightly down and then you can go down right.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
So now we're gonna go. We have to figure out how to get Myrtle to stop moping so that we can ask questions. So the first idea is to go ask Hagrid about flowers.
Yeah, because Hagrid is like the Deus Ex Machina of this game.
Yeah, he knows how to. He apparently knows how to cheer up a ghost that's crying.
And he knows how to heal the curse from Harry too. Oh fuck, Ron. Sorry.
From Ron.
Blimey.
So yeah.
It's
And
hard.
he's just gonna.
Yeah, talk.
He's just gonna be like, go tell her a joke, and it'll go right through him, and we're just kind of like, yeah, sure, Hagrid.
It's hard for me to not swear because I'm Spanish, and it's like I have these words and I use them all the time.
Dude, don't worry about it.
So,
So now what we're gonna go do is we're gonna go raid McGonagall's office of a Lily sitting nicely on her desk, and while we're also in there, we're gonna grab an antidote that is, in her fireplace.
For some reason.
Of all places. Like, why was there an antidote in your fireplace? But then again, there's tons of stuff and fireplaces and stuff in this game, so.
Okay, my stream died. What? Why are you going up?
There you go.
Sorry.
So, we're good. So we're gonna grab the Lily, and we're gonna go back to Myrtle. Myrtle's all gonna be nice and stuff. She's like, oh, thank you for the Lily, man. And then she's gonna, give us a spell. And this is actually a really important spell, because this is how we're gonna beat the next 2 fights that we actually win. So, yay.
Yep.
Which is once again something that was found by me 2 years ago. Basically everything that isn't the modern strats was made by me, because I'm the one that did this game for 4 years before everybody decided, hey, I'm gonna come in and like annoy the shit out of you. So, yeah. So here we go. We're gonna go back up to the common room, and the previous path was to go down to the dungeon and take the 6th floor shortcut, but it's actually slightly faster to go to the 1st floor to the 4th and then walk up to the 7th. I think it's like a 4 or 5 second faster.
If I remember properly, 15.
Oh, well, no, it's 5 according to the task movement.
Okay.
So I think it's like 10 according to RTA, because my movement's actually really bad in that section. So when we get to the common room, we need to find something to figure out how to learn who the heir of Slytherin is. And we're like, well, let's go talk to Lockhart because he'll sign anything to get us into the restricted section. Because everybody knows that, Lockhart's a complete Nimrod. So, and useless. Really, really useless, actually. As we'll come to find out. Well, hopefully won't come to find out, honestly.
I prefer to not risk it and pick the card because that's what happened on my PB. I picked the card because I was too
Well,
greedy.
if you walk up to him on the side and press up right, you'll be able to talk to him without getting the card.
I didn't know that. Okay.
It's slightly frame perfect, though.
Wow, really?
So yeah. Actually, I don't even know if the task did it. I think I found it after the task was done. That you could do that. So after you get the permission slip signed, we get to go into the restricted section and get the book to make the polyjuice potion.
Yep.
And then after this, we get to go to Quidditch 3,
That's
which
the
is a bundle of
worst.
fun.
Yeah.
It's a gigantic bundle of fun.
I
Pretty
try-
much, this Quidditch is either really good or really horrible. There's really no in between for most people.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why this Quidditch 3 is so bad. If everybody remembers properly, the Quidditch has the bludger that is magically controlled and will always attack you, which adds an interesting flair to Quidditch 3, honestly. Now there is a soft lock unique to this minigame, in specific, only Quidditch 3 though. Nobody does it in RTA because you just don't do it. It's really bad, and you lose a run 40 minutes in if you do it and get it wrong, or over 40 minutes in. You want to get hit by the bludger. If you don't get hit by the bludger going in...
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
If you don't get hit by the bludger after you catch the snitch, and then get hit by the bludger after you catch the snitch, you soft lock the game because the bludger dialogue overrides the snitch dialogue, and then you get stuck in the game. So if you do go for that, you have to be insanely lucky that the bludger doesn't hit you afterward, because you have no control over Harry after you catch the snitch.
Exactly. And the bludger is like continuously going after you.
And it can hit you as you grab the snitch too, so...
This could be, if everything goes well. I forgot. Basilisk, I saved 40 seconds there, but I'm only 30 seconds behind my PB right now.
Yeah.
I will
But
say
that's no...
sub 117 is still possible. Not 116, because I don't think I'm going to get that Basilisk pattern over again. It's never going to happen again, you know that.
No, unless you get creds.
Yeah, well, if I get crits, yeah. But
Well, the Basilisk fight's a unique one all in itself. We'll talk about that when we get to it. So this is mainly just storyline progression. There's not really a whole lot going on until the next thing that happens.
Okay. It's split.
So, what's gonna happen here is we're gonna go to potions.
Yep.
Because we need to get some stuff for the polyjuice potion. There's not really a whole lot going on now. I think we've pretty much gone through everything. That's happened so far, right? I don't think is there anything special left to talk about at the moment?
Yeah, Draco Malfoy, if you want to explain it.
Yeah, but I can just explain that when we get there.
Oh, okay. Or you can explain about the encounters here, or I don't know.
Oh, okay. So, this area back here, the storage room, where we're going to be getting 2 items. We're going to get a bicorn horn and a boom slang skin. And this area is really annoying. Or it can be really annoying. But you'll notice that we walk a certain way, and I'll explain why that is. Well, I don't know if you walk the same way I do, Legna.
Well, I tried
But,
to I tried to position myself in order to cover as much place on the spawns can appear as possible.
Okay, so you'll notice here, like, he's walking towards, like, the top of the areas. This covers so we can see as much of the room as possible. And there... Wow.
Okay.
Nice. The reason why we want to, as Legna said, we want to expose as much of the room as possible so that when encounters spawn, they can spawn pretty much anywhere in the room that's not in front of us.
I know. I tried to move, but it was stuck, so it was like, okay, whatever. I'm just going to press it.
That's fine. So, if you're me, and only me, because apparently everybody else can get out of here unscathed, if you're me, you get probably about 3 encounters in this room. On average. Lately it's been less, but on average, if you're me, you're going to get 2 to 3 encounters in that room. Everybody else can just walk through it, no problem. So, yeah, it is a pretty annoying fights to get into, because I think 3 of the enemies in that room are preemptive strikers. I know at least one of them are. And it's a blue rat or blue bat. And if it hits Harry, it's really good. Otherwise, it's just not needed, because the bat can do over 30 damage to Harry, which is really nice. Especially for this upcoming fight, since we leveled up after Venomous Tenacular. The reason why we want to die at Venomous Tenacular, we don't actually need the level from it. So that this fight can be 1 turn. This is the Draco Malfoy fight, and there is no way on this planet for this fight at the level we're at that we're gonna win this fight. So we just die here. So we're just gonna skip our turn so that Draco can attack.
Okay.
And Draco can cast 1 of 4 spells.
Nice.
And
Just can't
if
kill.
this kills...
No!
Nope. You know how this works. It's either 1, 3, or 5. There's almost never a 2.
Okay, again. There we go.
So he can cast 1 of 4 spells. He can cast Vertimilia's Duo, which does high 30s to 40 damage. Oh, you still have all that stuff equipped. That's part of the reason why Vermilia's Tria didn't do as much.
Mm-hmm.
Vermilia's Tria, with the equipment, I think does between 55 and 58. And Expelliarmus, which is the slowest spell for him to cast, but the second strongest, does, I don't remember what it's with the equipment, because I never have it on here. It's like mid-70s, and then Incendio Duo is the strongest one. I'm pretty sure is the fastest, aside from Vertimilia's Duo. I think they're pretty much tied frame-wise. And it does the most damage. I think it's high 70s with the equipment on. Without the equipment, it does upwards of 83 damage. It's like 77 to 83 without the equipment on, which is insanely strong. And any of the attacks can kill you with a crit that isn't Vertimilia's Duo, even with the equipment on. So, but part of the reason why we want to die in that Venomous Tenacular fight is because we'll go in there with 1 health. And so it outweighs everything. We can die in 1 turn. It's pretty much how it works. A lot of the time though, and the only time it's a 2-turn fight is when you go in there at 1 health most of the time. Pretty much if you can die that turn, you won't. That's pretty much the staple of this run when it comes to that fight in particular.
There we go.
But if you do fight that fight, Draco has 300 health, and he is vulnerable to Flipendo, which Flipendo and Expelliarmus. But the only way to have Expelliarmus is to have used Conjure mana, so that you can learn all the spells.
Yeah. You
but
can
Flipendo
only...
is...
Oh, okay, keep talking, sorry.
Flipendo is the slowest spell you can possibly cast in this game. You can say your thing if you're going to say anything.
Oh yeah, the thing is, you can cost conjure mana only when you completed the game one time. Why did it split again? It did the same as on my PB. So, the thing is...
So,
yeah, well, keep talking, sorry.
well, technically you can use conjure mana on a quote-unquote new game file if you use a glitch called, what the hell did I call it? I don't know. I don't remember what I call it. I call it new game. I call it like a glitched new game. Because if you start a save file immediately over a save file that's completed the game without resetting whatsoever, you get all the stuff that you had on that file aside from the money you had when you ended the run. So for instance, if I have a level 99 file that has every card and card combo, and I start over that file right away, after finishing the game, with a new game, then you start that game with all the cards and card combos. So you can have conjure mana at level 1. But I mean, that's a completely arbitrary category.
Okay, let's go.
Alright, so this is the Crab and Goyle fight, and this fight we won't win either. So we're just gonna let them kill us. Ooh, that's a good cast.
Yeah. Ooh, nice. Damn it. That's
if he used the Verdemilius Duo on, he could have killed you that turn.
Yeah. Ooh.
So
okay, come on. Oh yes.
Nice.
Any
Verdemilius
spell
Duo?
kill now.
Oh, of
if
course
it lands, if it lands. Hey.
Don't heal, that's bad.
I know.
That should kill.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so this Crab Goyle fight, we actually used to win this fight back in the day. But I learned, I think at my 124.04 run, during a defecta, that dying there is faster. Because there's just no, you don't need the experience anymore. Lag.
Yeah. There we go. I mean, I love this game. I played it a lot when I was a child. Sorry, can you repeat?
These games are amazing.
Yeah.
I killed my save battery on this game. So I put in so much time into this game.
And here we have Hermione doing a potion on the toilet because it's very nice.
Because it's the only rationale. Placement?
Not
Pretty
bad.
decent placement.
Yeah.
So the Crab and Goyle fight, we actually used to win. Because we needed the experience. The only fight we actually never won the Draco fight. I never used to win the Draco fight in the original routing. Because there really was no point, and the only thing you could use to kill him was Flipendo. So I just died there because it was convenient.
I mean, Flipendo is normally the weakest spell on the game. It doesn't cost magic points, so normally it's a spell that you use only when you don't have enough magic. So during a speedrun, it's not a good spell because it deals low damage, even with enemies that are weak to it.
So, well, it's actually good against bats and diagonally. It does, I think, 9 or 10 damage from Ron.
Still, there are stronger spells from against them, so yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, if you don't have any magic, that's a decent substitute in diagonally. So here, we go into Crab and Goyle, and we go into Slytherin. And we're gonna learn, we don't know anything about the Eric Slytherin, so we're back to square one. And in the movie, if everyone recalls, movie and book, the Polyjuice Potion lasts for an hour. And so, within 2 minutes, in real time, an hour passes in game time.
I mean, it's like Harry Potter 1. You do 1 day of classes, and you end up on Christmas. You don't even go to sleep.
Nope, you just straight go through all your classes and you hate yourself after it.
I know that my movement's a bit clumsy. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying my well.
That was decent placement. It wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
The next fight's gonna be fun though.
Aragog.
Yeah, I would make a save state well before.
Yeah, I'm going to make a save state before getting to the trigger, of course.
Because you can't control that at all.
Yeah. It's the beginning. There is a chance that you will die before starting the battle. I mean, you don't even get the chance.
Before you can do anything.
Yeah, exactly. You just die because RNG. Oh. Well.
Yeah, we'll explain it when we get there. And you'll actually see why when we get there. Hopefully not, though.
My movement is a bit bad because I'm getting hit on the corners and everything. It's not as good as it should. We are pretty exigent too, so
yeah.
You can talk now.
It's really no big deal. The bad movements, they add up over time, but we're not trying to go for world record attempts, so it's not really that big of a deal in the marathon sense.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if we check the world record on speedrun.com, I'm like 1 minute ahead, a bit more probably.
Yeah.
But
you're still ahead of my time.
If we take my PB, for example, then I'm exactly, I'll tell you, 43 seconds behind.
Okay, so how text works in this game is you have, I don't know, what is your method? You press B and select.
Yeah, the thing is, I changed the mapping of select, so it's not on the select, it's on the left trigger.
Well,
so
it doesn't matter where it's at. It's just select and B, right?
Yep.
Okay. So how text mashing works in this game is there's 8 frames in between every dialog box. So every time a dialog box comes up, you have 8 frames to press it, which in this game is 8 over 60 is what 4, I don't know, 2/15 of a second to be able to press B or A or select to skip through the text. So it can go by really, really quickly. There are some rooms where the dialogue goes a bit slower because there's lag, but in general, it's really fast. You can go through like 4 or 5 text boxes a second.
Yep.
If you do it quick enough.
Oof.
Or 3 or 4. But it's basically just mashing. But if you know the timing, then you can mash appropriately.
That was a goal, by the way.
That's good.
Yeah, it's the first time. Oh, sorry. I moved the. I was pouring some coffee on my cup.
Just don't get too distracted.
This is just text, so it's okay.
Yeah.
And now I have to go to Quidditch again. This is in my opinion, this is one of the most versatile and random Quidditch of all.
Yeah, this is a make or break of the run kind of Quidditch, actually.
I mean, this game is 40% Quidditch 4 and 60% the rest of the run. Pretty much.
Yeah, this is good. This is one of the hardest Quidditches in the game by far.
I'm going to make a save file before doing the Quidditch.
Even the best of runners have problems with this one.
You, for example.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my stick sometimes sleep because I'm a bit nervous. I'm not going to lie.
Don't worry about it. This is the casual run.
Yeah, but
it's not like these are world record based runs.
For a casual run, this is a pretty good time, actually.
It's better than my time, which means it's a good time.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Oh.
That's fine. Okay, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh no, you're still good.
It's okay.
You're still fine.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was. I'm sorry. I thought I could actually avoid it. Okay, I'm going to make the save file now, and now it starts the Quidditch.
Quidditch 4.
There we go. Okay.
Man, you really dodged a bullet there.
Yeah. That was actually a pretty fast Quidditch. Well, it wasn't because I hit an encounter, but it wasn't that bad. 8 seconds slow. Lost. There we go.
Yeah, Quidditch 4 gets cancelled, so we don't have to worry about it.
It gets? It gets? Oh. Yeah, I already know that, of course.
No, I'm telling the audience in case they didn't actually know and they fell for
Okay.
our ruse.
I'm not going to forget this time. Soap and McGonagall. That's how it's done.
Yeah. Okay, make sure you buy your potions. Do you need to buy any?
Yes, because I used one at the Venomous Tentacular for healing Hermione.
Okay, so you just buy as many as you can, I guess.
Yes.
For safety, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really need the money anymore.
Well, normally we try not to buy them anyway.
Wow. Okay, I
Jesus.
could actually buy 6.
Normally we only buy like 3 at best. No Quidditch is best Quidditch, yes. Even though I love the game, it can be really annoying sometimes.
Obviously, I'm going to lose time here compared with my PP because by mistake, I didn't buy any healing potions. But I still survived the last battle anyway.
Yeah. So, we're gonna go here, and we're gonna get the invisibility cloak, and we're just gonna walk right out of here. Now, one thing that should be noted is that dude that we talked to before we went to Tom Riddle's diary, you actually can't talk to him once you get the invisibility cloak on. He won't know you're there because you have the invisibility cloak on, so you can't start the dialogue.
Oh, sorry.
So here we're gonna have an anomaly
Yeah.
because look who's here. It's the middle of the night. We're not supposed to be out in the anywhere aside from our common room, and Ginny Weasley is just standing on the 3rd floor,
With a happy
which is
face.
which is highly convenient
Exactly.
because we needed to talk to her anyway.
And with the invisibility cloak, we can't pick any shortcut, so we actually need to get down the stairs.
She is the only NPC we can talk to apparently while we have the invisibility cloak on. I guess because she's not technically supposed to be there, so
Ooh.
nice. So yeah. But the reason we need to talk to her is because we need to get the storybook from her, which we will be giving Katie.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be fun because, like I said earlier in the run, we get the most important spell for one fight. Yay.
Exactly.
It's actually a really important spell to have, honestly.
Yep. Come on. Text. So, there are...
The one...
Okay, talk. It
No,
wasn't
you go.
important. It wasn't important
you
to
go.
talk.
Oh my gosh, of course it's not important because I'm talking. But, the one thing I wish they had done is they had kept one piece of dialogue that they had in the book and the movies.
This?
Right here. I
Okay.
wish he had said that why can't it just be follow the butterflies?
Yeah, no, he just says, okay, let's go. Like, yeah, whatever,
Yeah.
spiders, yeah, that seems like a good idea, actually. Okay.
Oh, apparently because the monsters can see through the invisibility cloak, so... They're just like Dumbledore was in HP1, where he was like, hey, look, I can see you through the invisibility cloak, but we're not gonna do anything about it, because I'm talking to Snape. Wow, that's terrible luck. So basically,
Oh
this is
my
forbidden.
God.
Wow, how terrible luck this is. Well, good thing you haven't been getting any preemptive encounters so far. So basically, how Forbidden Forest works is it's small corridors or small alleyways. So you have to, I would save state like right about here, right here. Yeah. So it's narrow and you have to be able to avoid encounters, and he hit 3 in the very first room, which is very, very unfortunate.
Yeah, but you saw them, right?
Yeah,
I
I saw
didn't.
them as soon as you hit them.
I didn't saw them. Okay.
Alright, so here we go. So this is why this is the second worst fight in the game.
Okay, this is bad.
Not
This
necessarily,
is-
Harry can break free.
Okay, this is not that bad. Okay.
There
this
you
is
go.
good.
Beautiful. We're using save states because this fight can go horribly bad. And, yeah. So fortunately, we actually got a good fight here. So what happens in this fight is you get webbed. You always get webbed first turn, no matter what. He doesn't do anything else. And the web is bad because you can be stunned between 1 and 4 turns. And yeah. But if he attacks you, then you're just stunned for 1 turn.
1, 2.
There you go. So, let me explain the whole poison chaining thing, you know. This is where EAS is its strongest. It's called enemy attack skip. And when an enemy is faster than you or stunned, you can skip their attack by pressing. Once you press flee, you have 86 to 126 frames, or a second and a half to 2 seconds to be able to press A 3 times. In this case, we actually do ABA or BAB, depending on who the runner is, to make it way more consistent.
There we go.
Nice. Aragog has 400 health, so we have to poison him, and it takes 27 turns of poison chaining to kill him. Now this next fight is going to be fun. Oh, nobody knew how to do enemy attack skip. It was not actually documented by anybody on the internet. I even checked until I found it. And I found it after playing HP1 for GBC for so long. I'm like, well, maybe I can find it for HP2. And this all happened 2 years ago, and I'm like, hey, let's do this. And it's like, oh, it worked. Let's do it again. Oh, it worked for this fight too.
Ooh, bad placement.
That was really bad placement.
Yeah.
So, I found a lot of these things just by brute forcing testing.
Okay, now you can explain about Katie now. Okay,
so as you can see here, Katie is not lying in bed. Because, you know, we're supposed to be in the common room. But what we're going to do here is we're going to do a little thing where we're going to pause right next to this bed. Bam. And then, oh, look, she's right back. So now we can hand her, because apparently she has an invisible sprite. Supposedly, I guess. Until we press start, and then all of a sudden she pops back up. So we hand her the storybook, and she teaches us a spell. Fortificus Totalis. And this spell, you shouldn't have to save state. Oh, you should only have to save state for the
just in case.
EAS, not really the spell casting. There you go. So Lockhart, this fight, he has 500 health, and we start by using Ratnip. And you'll be like, why are we using Ratnip of all things? Well, there are 2 reasons. One,
nice.
No backfire, good. Ratnip does 20 damage, and it stuns Lockhart for a turn. So we can take this opportunity to have Harry use Mucus Ad Nauseam, and he still can't attack that turn. So then we have to have Ron, unfortunately, use Fortificus Totalis, which can backfire and will be it wouldn't be catastrophic really, because then Harry could use it. But then there's a 50-50 chance that Lockhart could break free, and actually that's probably a good reason to save state there, because if Harry has to use it and he breaks free, we don't have any pepper-ups.
Yeah.
So the fight would be over. So it takes 31 turns of poison chaining here, after we use Ratnip and the first poison is done. And yeah. Fun note, back when we actually did this fight, like actually fought the whole fight, you wanted to try to kill him with poison anyway, because it skips his taking hit animation, which is like 2 seconds and really annoying and laggy. So you wanted to kill him by poison anyway, so I'd always cast Mucus Ad Nauseam, but like 90% of the time he'd heal it first turn, so I just wasted 10 magic just to waste 10 magic.
Okay, I'm not going to change the equipment, I'm going to go like this.
Okay. Save state out
Yeah,
as
before
soon as you
entering
save
the...
state. No, as soon as you enter
Okay.
the chamber,
Okay, yeah, that should do it.
because you remember encounters can't spawn into RNG advances because all the time.
You tell me when then.
You just save state as soon as you enter the final area.
Okay.
So we're gonna go down in the chamber, and this place really sucks because if you get an encounter before you go in this area, Lockhart is completely worthless. So he can't do anything. He can throw autographs though because you took his wand away. So he'll just sit there and shrug when you try to have him cast the spell.
Yeah.
But there is something to note. If you go in this area and die, you can take Lockhart and Ron into the Basilisk fight. Because when you die, you get teleported to the trigger, or just past the trigger for the cutscene.
Oh, sorry.
So if you died and walked to the left, you'd start a cutscene. But if you die and keep walking through, then you don't trigger the cutscene. You can take Ron and Lockhart into the final fight.
Okay.
Now you save state here. Which is really funny. And you may be like, well, what happens with Fox? And
Okay.
Fox just overrides Lockhart because Lockhart's completely useless.
Mm-hmm.
Completely.
So do you want to explain this battle a bit?
Okay. So the Basilisk fight is the absolute worst fight in the entire run, which, you know, makes the run even more exciting because, you know, we go an hour and 20 minutes into the run, and then you can die in one hit.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter, at this level, it doesn't matter the equipment you have unless you have the Dragon Skin Cloak. You will die if you get crit in this fight, no matter what, 100%. There is no way around it.
Okay. Okay, guys. Alea
You picked up that last wizard card, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Shit.
Okay.
That's a bad
So we're gonna... he didn't attack you, though. But Lockhart can't... Well, he could, but, I mean, it'd be kind of... Actually, no. You could do enemy attack skip that way, then.
Oh.
Actually, it does, because, Ron can cast spells, and he can use Mucus Ad Nauseam.
Oh my god. Stop attacking Fox, please.
Yes.
So the thing is, we can't heal Fox with items. So if Fox dies... Oh my god.
Yeah.
I have to
But
use
you can
this.
use this.
I'm going to use this.
But yes, Ron can do stuff, and he can heal. He can revive Harry if Harry died. But Ron can cast Mucus Ad Nauseam, so the thing will take poison damage every turn. The Basilisk take poison damage every turn.
Come on.
It's longer because you have someone else attacking.
Okay. So far, so good. Okay, guys?
So the reason why we need weak point for this fight is because it quadruples the amount of damage that Fox can do.
Oh,
Well,
please.
quadruples to pentatuples the amount of damage Fox can do.
Oh my god, Fox! Please, kill! Oh my god.
Nope.
Ooh, what the hell? I saw a glitch effect there. Don't... I
Okay,
need
you
to
gotta
reload.
reload. Yeah, reload to save, and just stand there for a minute or so.
So, the fight was over. I died.
Okay, you're good. You're good. You're good.
I let you know when...
Time.
I let you know because the time is after the fireworks starts. It's not after the battle ends.
Basically, the RTA time. Well, the true RTA time is after you get done with the Dumbledore dialogue. But if you have to start doing something beforehand, you can go after the Basilisk stab because that's technically when the game is over. You just have to get through a bunch of dialogue.
It was a 33% of losing the battle, and we lost it.
Yeah. Okay, so now I get to re-explain the fight.
Yeah. This is so sad. Can I play? Can I actually play Despacito 2, please?
No, not right now.
Uh,
You can cry off stream later.
Ooh.
So the reason why we use weak point is because it quadruples to pentotuples the amount of damage that Fox can do. Because normally he does like 20 damage, on average without it, and on this he can do anywhere between 91 and 101. So it just kind of works out that way really nicely.
No.
With the equipment we have on right now, the Basilisk will do like around 100 damage, anywhere between I think 100 and 110, I think, with the equipment we have on.
Come on, you can also poison. Oh my god.
Also, the damage that we do is the level we're at times 2.
Okay.
And we are currently level 15, so we're going to be doing 30 damage every time we hit.
I mean, it's still better than the last time, but as SMP said before, if we get a critical damage with Harry, run is over. Okay?
Yeah, I would use that.
Okay. Run should be safe now, okay?
So this is technically the only way to heal Fox,
Exactly.
is using this thing called Healing Balm.
And we also remove the poison, so now Fox is healing.
Yeah.
Please!
Well, he'll live this next attack
No!
100% of the time, unless he, well, not 100%. If it gets crit, then he dies. Okay, I haven't been paying attention to his health, the amount of health he has left.
Oh my god.
Cool.
Oh my...
Basilisk is
Oh, yes!
there we go. Bam. The Basilisk has 750 health, and the reason that explains the reason why we need weak point, because we do 30 damage. And I don't think that a level 15 12-year-old boy and a bird doing 20 damage is really going to get through a Basilisk fight that has 750 health.
Exactly. I'll let you know when the time, okay? Don't time it yet. But
So-
get ready, please.
That's the last major thing of the run. Everything else is just mashing through dialogue.
Yeah. So I'm going to also say the in-game time, but the in-game time is going to be wrong because I actually load a save state. So that means we roll back the time to where I loaded.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we can compare it with the real time. For example, my PB was 2 minutes off from the real time.
Yeah.
So this is pretty much 119 something else. Okay, thank you. I'll let you know, okay? Okay, you can. Do you want to say something else, SMP?
There's really nothing else to say, honestly. Just, it was a pretty good run for a casual run.
Well, we beat the game at level 15, which is also the same level as the task.
Yep.
So it's awesome to make it to this way.
All because you decided, hey, we're gonna do stuff at level 2.
And it worked! Because we used to do it at level 4. So we spent like between 1 and 2 minutes grinding. Okay.
No, we went at level 3. Time is now. Now's time.
Yep. Game is over!
Yay. So, I mean, overall, this wasn't a bad run.
Yeah,
we only had 1 death, which I actually expected more, honestly.
No.
I expected like 2 or 3 deaths.
There we go. 121.42, which will be a close 119.
It would be a
third, I think, right? Something like that.
Yeah, 119's third.
I mean, considering that I died 1 time and I didn't got the first skip, it's actually pretty good time.
Yeah, and you didn't get voices.
And I didn't got
GG.
voices either.
Nice run. Thanks for that, guys.
And the in-game time is 1:17:10.
But we remember we had the rollback.
Yeah, 1:17:10 is actually
Second.
Pretty good.
HP2. It will be second.
Second place.
Yeah.
You know, but it doesn't matter because we rolled back a save state, so.
I can't check the time because the speedrun.com is under pressure. I guess we are breaking the system, guys.
I already told you what it is.
Okay.
I already told you what it was.
Okay, sorry about that. Well, that's it. Thank you everyone for watching, and let's give the position to the next runner. Good luck!
we will go into a short break and then we will be back with the next run. So yeah, hold tight.
So
Bye,
like,
guys.
Bye bye.
I stop streaming.
Yeah.